Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the invitation. Posso começar?
Tá bom. Você vai passar o slide primeiro?
Yes.
Tá funcionando isso? Tá bom.
So, I'm going to talk about the initiatives of the GMT Brazil office regarding both science outreach and education. So the science outreach is led by me, and education by Professor Liz Figueiredo Cipriano, which also gave me her slides, so I will suffer the same as Alex suffered before. So it was funny because GMT computes all the money from the partners as private money, but our private money is 100% public, which comes from FAPESP. And as we are funded by the people of Brazil, we feel obliged to give back as much as possible, even right now before the telescope is built. So that's why we are investing heavily in science outreach. So that's this whole cycle of doing research and trying to make it understandable to the public, which create people that we want, new people that we want to enter academia and do research. And it fosters the use of public resources as well, which on this sense will keep science research alive. Okay, so we are part of this process. Okay, but fortunately, in the last years, since the pandemics, a lot of people realize how important outreach is. So a lot of our students probably are doing lots of outreach on social media, lots of influencers, and therefore the space is a bit crowded. But we have our own space on that, and this is our manifesto. We don't play the game in the same space as most of those influencers. For instance, we refuse a lot the sensationalism that always follows research. Like JWST is there, find some red galaxies, high redshift, cosmology is broken, everything is broken, you have to rebuild everything. So we don't do that. So we have the name of our institutions, which are some of the most well-regarded in Brazil, and therefore we do very serious sciences. And mostly, we always try to show the public that we do have the knowledge in those areas here in the country. Because people usually often see like foreign scientists talking about all the latest breakthroughs, and they don't realize sometimes that we do have this knowledge and this know-how in Brazil. So one of the main goals of this, our outreach, is to highlight Brazilian science and engineers. And of course, by doing that, we aim to inspire future generations, youngsters that want to become scientists. We want to empower these people, say, well, if this guy, which has the same looks that you have, is a professor at the university, you can be in the future, okay? And connecting the whole society, not with science, but as well with the steps of the GMT project. So the first thing we did is to professionalize science communications, because we are very aware that as scientists, we are not particularly gifted to communicate in social media and those kind of spaces, especially because we are 30, 40 plus years old, and we don't have the skills that most people see. So we let communication for the professionals. And we have a strong collaboration with the University of Vale do Paraíba in São José dos Campos, Univap, especially with the team of TV Univap. So this is Felipe Soriano. He's the coordinator of the communication group. So this is Amanda Cassis, that is the science journalist that do all the writes everything that goes internet, checks with me, checks with them, and our interns that do the video collaborations. And Amanda is as well is the voice of the GMT outreach group in our videos. Okay, so there's a strong collaboration between us, the scientific team, and the communications teams. Not easy. They would want to be much more expressive than we allow them. And of course, sometimes we propose corrections that makes everything a little more boring. And then they make things very exciting and very engaging. So the first contribution we have is the series, which is called The Fascínio do Universo, The Allure of the Universe, which is a mini-series of 2 seasons, which are on YouTube, regarding astronomical concepts. So it's like 8-minute videos with a single astronomical concept where we interview a Brazilian scientist or specialist in that particular area. And we have narrations by Amanda Cassius, animations, archival images, and always in the end, we try to figure out how GMT will be able to contribute in that particular area. So it started just before pandemics, had to stop, and then we start publishing this in 2020, and up to 2024, 19 episodes. We have on total more than 200,000 views, both in our channel and the university channel, which always reproduce that. So after we kind of exhausted, we start going for 2 deep concepts. We start thinking that one particularity of our participation on GMT that no other influencer, scientific influencer, talks about on the internet is about instrumentation. So we thought about this new series called Shooting for the Stars, or Mirando as Estrelas, which focus on instrumentation. We aim to talk about not only about with kids that like science, but people that like technology as well. Which sometimes there is an intersection between those groups, but sometimes don't. So we are trying to talk with people that love technology. And therefore, we change a little bit. The language is more youthful. Now the narrator appears, Amanda. You can see Amanda now in the videos. And then we are talking about all the projects that there is Brazilian participation. A lot of them regarding GMT, but some regarding all other telescopes. So the cubes that Beatriz is doing, for instance, and others. The focus is on the instruments. So we have also short episodes and teasers, contents of social media, development of 360 degrees videos, such as the one I'm going to show, if everything is all right. It's a work in progress. The labels are not there yet, but this is GMAX. So this is where you put the slit mask, and the other slit masks which are not over there. And we are going to go through the whole instrument. So this is very professional. That's not something that we can do at home. Okay? It took a lot of effort. Rafael is a consultant here. They use the 3D models of the actual instrumentation. You can see both channels, the blue and red channels. The change in the grating angle. I don't know if that looks simple or not for you guys, but it is so hard to make. Okay. And there's a lot of CPU time as well. So this is our GMAX. And this is the kind of content we are trying to include on this new series. Okay, so our future directions are keep investing on the social media with astronomical news and history of astronomy, doing documentaries about the Allure of the Universe series, and they are developing 3D videos for shows where we can use the 3D glasses, stuff like that. And we are not like the most famous outreach people on the internet, but we have a solid base of viewers and views in our videos, which are quite in line with our manifesto and our purpose. So I move now for education. So in the education activities, they are not 100% of the GMT BRO, although it's coordinated by Liz, which is part of the organization. But we talk about GMT, but not all the activities I'm going to talk about has been funded by the GMT BRO. But yeah, of course that happened, and it's a spam, of course, and yeah. But over the years, GMT contributed a lot with this institute through what we called FAPESP RTI, which is a technical reserve, institutional technical reserve. So if USP is and the institute is contributing to these education activities, is part of like a counterpart from the FAPESP RTI, which has been a lot of money, very important for our institutions. So the activities, there are three main ones. The one that GMT is more involved with, GMT BRO, is the Astronomy for Teachers. And the Cecilia project is another one that goes for public schools. And Astrominas, which is an initiative focused on inclusion of women in astronomy and other STEAM areas. So let's start with Astronomy for Teachers. It's a very strategic, because you teach one person, and this person will reproduce this knowledge for lots of other people. So it's very strategic. And this course runs since 2011. So it's also a John Steiner initiative. And it's been fully online since 2021, which allowed us to reach regions in Brazil we couldn't do before. It's largest, so it's not that a small course. It's all online on Moodle with activities, tutor, etc. And as all those activities, we put a lot of emphasis on the hands-on and experiments. It's just not talking, but doing things that demonstrate the concepts we are trying to pass to individuals. Okay, so we do it every year. 120 spots for teachers, and so that's the latest one we had. So this has more of a contribution, financial contribution from the GMT BRO. So second is Projeto Cecilia, named after Cecilia Payne, the famous astrophysicist. There's two sides of it, online and in person. This is the online version, which shows how we can cover a lot of Brazil, including one school in Peru that deals with the Portuguese language to be part of Cecilia. So this is a series of activities that you do every day between small lectures and local experiments, and are mediated by our tutors. And from 2 weeks, we interact with those schools, and in the end, they have to do a poster like that shows what they learned, that they like it most. And we have online lectures and workshops, daily follow-ups and discussions, and about the content, and also careers in science. So the inspirational part is right there. Okay, so it's also annual cycles. 60 schools per year, which have 2,400 students. And also, when the students learn, the teachers learn at the same time. And the reproduction cycle goes on and on and on. And the other one is the in person. So this is the map of the greater São Paulo. So we put our students here in a van and we drive for 2 hours, because always in every distribution there's much more area near the edges than in the center. Okay, it's a mathematical fact. So it's always very far away, and we only attend public schools, which are found more commonly in the outskirts of the city, what we commonly call periferia. So this is the Projeto Cecilia. So we are talking about this beautiful telescope here. Here he is explaining, but it's the minority of the activities is someone explaining to people. Most of the activities is someone looking to a telescope, playing with an experiment and things like that. And our crew only talks in the beginning of the activity, and they train some of the top students, and then our people, which you wear this black jacket here, they went outside and they allowed the students they train to talk to the other students. Like they train ensino médio, how I call that in English? High school students, and they talk to fundamental, I don't know what that in English is. Elementary school, thank you very much. And their colleagues, they pay a lot of more attention when they see their older colleagues to talk to them. So this is a lot of fun, and I've been some of those visits. You come back here completely exhausted and 100% happy. Okay? So, and the last thing I'm going to talk is Astrominas, which are plain words for who among us don't speak Portuguese, as Minas is an informal way to say women, young women. Okay? And so all the lectures are given by other women, our researchers. We have lots of very successful female researchers in our area and the correlated area, so that's not a problem at all. And that's to encourage girls and young women to pursue careers in astronomy and other areas of STEAM, and presents role models, so other women that has been very successful in academia. And of course, we teach the astronomy that is what we do. Okay, so this is the cycle of this activity, and that's it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eduardo, for this wonderful talk. Do we have questions? Do we want coffee?
Yes.
We will thank Eduardo again, and we will discuss with him during the coffee break, and we will thank everyone, and of course, thanks all the speakers from today. Thank you very much.